It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are inside of the very spacious Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Ready to get us started, the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And off we go on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
His first carry. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
First and 10.
That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
6-yard line.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. From the shotgun, Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, 5. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So quite a turn of events right there.
Indeed it is. I mean, they thought the worst that could happen was they'd get a field goal attempt to break the tie. Instead, interception, long return, and now the other guys have a great shot to go ahead.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor taking it in. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Point after try forthcoming. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score Colts 7. Seahawks nothing. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. It's a big play there for Seattle. 46 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
To DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf. 39 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
His kick is
and he'll bang that one through.
That ties the game at 7. Michael Dixon to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. On 3rd down, it's Hines. And the ball is knocked out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the 1st down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the 1st down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And he's got Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining 1st quarter of play. On 1st down, Wilson flushed out right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Flush to his right. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. A Seahawk 1st down as Wilson finds Lockett. Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right?
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Seahawks 14, Colts 7.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, 79! 79! Whip. Watch the whip. Red!
Rivers hands this one to Mack. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Hines. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A huge play that time for the Colts. 56 yards on the ground.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run here with Mack. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And that one results in 35 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You can see the thought process there. With his speed, they were hoping he could pop one. Instead, the coverage was good, and they forced the incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's the option. There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
And the Seahawks.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver, and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
Rodgers on the return. Now a hit and a loose football. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side. And all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Getting in there to break that one up, Rocky Sin.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
Out to his left. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A 4th down gamble turns into a 4th down scramble, but all is well. First down. Draw play. This is Carson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9.
He was taken down.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
Second and
they go play action with Wilson.
9-yard line.
That's complete into the hands of Carson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
Down back at the 11-yard line.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Russell Wilson on target to DK Metcalf. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
For the extra point.
And that's certainly an important score right there.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Rodgers on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Colts take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
It's now 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Michael Pittman. Incomplete. He was covered by Jamal Adams.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
To kick off for Indianapolis.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The 2nd quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again.
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. On 3rd down, it's Carson, and he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
He's tackled at the 20.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
Seahawks.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep. And got his man. Complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup of 38. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in, but couldn't hang on. Third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on down.